Oricar smiled as he saw the bloom tide approach. Alas looked good in full leader regalia. Of course, that was counterbalanced by Melai being there, but what could you do? Alas, he called, waving his hands in the air. Good to see you. Melai was the one to respond. Good to see you. Your city just got attacked by dragons, and all you can say is good to see you? Oricar shrugged. It's mostly rebuildable. Alas looked at him over carefully. You're injured. Oh, damn her sharp eyes. I may have tapped into a little too much of my powers, and that may have had a bit of a fallout. Melai threw her hands up. It's official. You're an idiot. Hey, you try trapping a giant beast with a clever ploy like that and tell me how you do. As he spoke, he held up the torn remnants of a playing card for emphasis. Melai's face went blank. You trapped a dragon in the labyrinth. Alas gave him a smile, muttering, surprisingly clever. Hey, what is it? Be mean to Urihate? Alas shook her head. All that aside, she looked over at the city, smoking from its streets. What happened? He shrugged. 3 dragons attacked, looking for the Kingmakers. They used confusion and scare tactics to strike and make it hard to strike back. The Kingmakers surrendered and were brought to the outskirts, but that seemed to be a ploy to attack. During the chaos, he grimaced, I took advantage of the increase to my abilities to temporarily make one of the dragons small enough to fit in a door and pushed it into the labyrinth. The other got turned to stone, and the third took off when it realized its companions had been taken care of. And the city itself, almost completely destroyed. How many survivors do you want us to take? He grinned. Just a few, actually. The Kingmakers. A lot has happened since you last met them. They've lost friends, sacrificed things, seen a lot more. I want Dreamrose to take them. Give them some time to slow down a bit. Alas nodded, and Melai marched forward. They all knew they had a lot of work to get done.
It's a magical, mystical time. It's anecdotal adventures.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of City of Mist Kingmakers. I'm your Master of Ceremonies, Ashley, and these are my players.
I'm Cassidy, and I will be playing Alice Pine, who is the Rift of Wen Shang Wang.
Tele, and I will be playing Felix, the Rift of Eros.
I'm Sonya, and I will be playing Emma, the Rift of Athena.
I'm Juno, and I'll be playing Jane, the Rift of Hera.
And Simon, who plays Aaron Franco, the Rift of King David, will not be joining us for this episode. And last time on Kingmakers, you guys spent a day planning, got summoned and wrote down your statements, sent some messages, and other than that, didn't get up to very much. Of the 3 plans you thought of, you chose the one that was basically an action.
Still did something.
Be
proud of us.
Wait for more. You want me to be proud of you because you chose let's wait for until we have more information to do anything?
Yes.
I mean, that's a pretty big step for you guys.
Yeah. That's
So
a
I guess
big step.
I guess I can have some pride there. But at the end, the hawk snake thing that Minos had in his room flew over, scratched up the window, and Alice opened it before she even realized what it was, and tried to communicate it with it until it revealed it didn't even need her powers to talk to her.
So what does the snock say?
What does a snock say?
You know its name. Its name is Sova.
Oh yeah, sober.
Oh, Snock, Snake Hawk. I get it.
Yeah.
Although
Did it take you
the
that long to
snake
get
part
that?
would be at the end. Yes. Although technically the snake part should be at the end because only the tail is snake, right?
Channeling her true Emma.
You see where she gets
But a hawk plus snake with snake at the end would just be hawk.
Hoss. No, it'd be Hoss.
True.
Hawks?
No, take
Hoss.
away the K. Take away the K. It's just Hoss.
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 Ha.
I like snap.
True.
Okay.
I do not need you. Your help communicating.
Good to know.
It actually kind of dips as if in an impression of a bow. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
You as well. I'll bow my head.
I believe my nurse introduced me earlier. My name is Sova.
Sova. Yes, he did. I appreciate. It's a very interesting name. I like it. Minos is an interesting name as well, so for all I know, Sova could be alarmingly common, but I doubt it.
Well, looks around. You all are very quick to split up.
I just was taking a nap. I figured everyone else would just chill in their rooms. I just want to sleep.
Really, I only flew one lap around the palace. I was hoping to meet you guys here.
All of us?
Well, just one of you is a little useless to me.
Sorry.
We can't. Tele, we can't hear you at all. And please mute yourself when you move around your computer because it makes
I'm not
really
moving
loud
around my computer. This is me moving around.
It makes loud noises because you're brushing against the microphone.
Oh, sorry.
And
Yeah,
then you
it
get
comes
really
around.
quiet because of the loud noise.
Yeah, sorry, I mutter too. Big problems here. So thank you for yelling at me. Anyways, Felix just comes around the corner during his laps.
I wave Felix in.
There is another. Good timing.
Yeah.
You can understand me.
Bird talks.
The bird talks.
The bird talks.
Yeah, Sova talks. And I don't know if Sova can be technically classified as a bird. That depends on some questions that I think would be personal.
Can you read his emotions?
They are muddled.
Are you a fae?
What other creatures do you know that take half animalistic forms?
I
Ding,
don't
ding,
know.
ding.
I don't know.
I should have picked up on that. I don't know.
We're kind
Sorry.
of new to the Denal.
Yeah, that is true.
That was true. And what does Minos said? There are a lot of unique creatures here. I suppose that's true. You can be forgiven for not noticing, I suppose, then.
Well, I mean, you did kind of show off that you could understand us, and that's a little suspicious, let alone.
Then why didn't you say something?
During the meeting,
Yeah.
I wanted to see how far I could push it.
No, not you. I turned to Felix. If you thought that was suspicious, why didn't you say something?
Because we were in the middle of something and I didn't want to seem outright suspicious that there was a fae with Minos.
You could have knowledge bombed it. Or in French.
Arrow's not a word.
Do you know Morse code, perchance?
Tap, tap, tap. No. That's Morse code, yeah? Tap, tap.
The interval.
Yeah, no, I don't know that
Yeah.
one.
Okay,
I don't
we'll
know
teach
that
you. It's fine. I can teach
Okay.
you. I turn back to Sova.
Looks at both of you.
Did you want the other Kingmakers?
We can go get them. They're in their room.
Again, this meeting would be sort of pointless unless you would like to repeat everything I tell you.
No.
Go right ahead.
Alice sighs and then goes to start putting back on her prosthetic leg and then just looks at Felix and is like, please don't make me.
Felix is already turned around and walking over to the other rooms.
You get some knocks on the door.
Meant to be call out.
Yeah. Group
open the door.
meeting.
Right.
Knock, knock, knock. Group meeting.
Lovely.
It's been like 5 minutes since the last one.
Oh, tough it up.
No, I'm just joking. It goes to the, yeah.
This is our job. Apparently, group meetings is a part of it, and we can't email it.
Conference call.
Communication.
We're slowly getting the hang of it. Very
Slowly
emphasis
getting
on
it.
slowly. Emphasis on slowly.
Felix grabs everyone from their rooms.
Eventually,
Alright.
everyone sees the same hawk snake thing from earlier.
Oh, hey, what is
Faye.
Is it like a cockatrice
Faye?
with a hawk
Yeah,
head?
that makes sense.
Sure, however you'd like to imagine it. Well, now let you roll, yeah. And it flies up for a little bit, and then transforms into its human form. So you see a tall figure with light grayish skin. His arms seemed to be connected to large gray and white wings, similar to how the hawk looked. And his legs are curved into bird-like talons at the end. He has long black hair that's held in a loose ponytail, and blue eyes that are set. The whites of his eyes are pitch black, so it's blue on black. And makes the blue stand out just a little more.
I'm just
And the
gonna
eyes
look
are
at him.
slitted like a cat's.
I'm gonna look at him, then look at Athena.
And
There's some similarities there.
the,
and then
the
just-
long reptilian there, tail is still there as well.
Damn. Only thing that's different. One of the things that's different. Well, hello there, Sova.
He will bow again once you all are here. A pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Pleasure to make yours as well.
Cades and Alec will also edge into the room at different times, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Uh,
So, why did you want us all here?
oh, yes. I have things to talk to you about, I'm sure.
Does Minus know you're a Fae? I assume so.
No, he just keeps me on a bird stand randomly. Yes, he knows I'm a Fae.
Now I'm questioning how Athena chose you.
Now you know what my question has been my entire time with Emma.
Please, I was just
See why
clarifying.
Hera chose you
Come
too,
on.
Jane, but Emma's more,
It's better to verify than make assumptions, is it not, Felix?
huh?
It's better to verify something is true than make assumptions, is it not?
What does it have to do with anything? I'm just asking.
Quite finished.
Yes,
I have a feeling Sova has something important to tell us.
yes.
Well, I mean, we were under the impression that you would be the ones who had concerns.
We are.
So, sent here to answer them. Since you have the bad habit of erasing our representatives' memories.
Felix acts like he doesn't know what he's talking about.
He does look directly at you, Felix, when he says that. So I figured I would be better to deliver the message. And answer questions.
Okay, since we're kind of caught red-handed,
What did you think Estrella would do when she woke up in the basement and didn't know what she was doing there? Just sit in the basement and not do anything?
no. I knew we were going to get caught red-handed sooner or later. Just didn't think it would be like a day later. I thought maybe we had a...
You
maybe
have
something-
sending stones? We have sending stones? Sending stones.
Again,
sending a
things I
text.
forget.
And y'all
Anyways.
think I'm dumb.
So yeah, why are you working with Delavere and Minos?
Why is Minos working with you
Yeah.
guys?
Why is Minos working with us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he owes us a favor. Well, he owes Dalvier a favor. As far as
What
I'm
is that
concerned.
favor?
If I remember, it had something to do with getting him to the Denal in the first place, but
Mm-hmm.
wasn't really around back then, so not an expert.
Felix is going to take out a small piece of paper and start checking, like, little tally marks of how many times they're right now about their assumptions.
I mean, again, if you throw every theory at the board...
Yeah, we're going.
One of them's gotta be true.
Anyways. Okay.
And how is Delavia calling in this favor? Why now?
Calling in? It's not how that works, it's an alliance. It is a perpetual series of favors strung along in a thing called diplomacy. Though I've been informed you're pretty unfamiliar with that concept, so... I can go grab a dictionary if you need it.
Gross.
No, thank you.
Roasted.
I think that was our whole group, actually.
Alice has
It was a thing
is
directed
officially just leaned back on the couch and is just kind of watching this go down.
Again, here to answer questions, so you have them. It's best directing them at me now, because I do have a time limit.
What does it have to do with us?
What do you mean? The deal?
How's this?
The alliance? We like to be informed on where you are, because where you are, generally chaos follows.
The only question I believe I
make sure
have.
that they're telling the truth, please.
Sure, you can roll an investigate check. Yes.
The entire time.
So, the individuals here, specifically the younger ones, are not at risk due to Astrola's presence?
Oh, right, that thing. Well, Estrella is currently recovering from severe memory damage, so she would be here to answer those questions herself. But, I suppose I can make do. The Estrella you encountered was a simulacrum, not actually her. Do you know what those are?
No, please explain.
I got an 8 plus 2. I'm going to add common sense and will to protect again.
Okay, before he answers that, what are your 2 questions?
Telling the truth.
Is he telling the truth?
Hasn't lied so far. Hasn't lied so far.
Is he... Question, would, telling the whole truth so far be included
You could use
in
your
that?
question as a standing lie detector.
Can I? Is that a thing?
We established in an earlier episode that no, you can't.
Then I'll save it until later when I'll use it again.
And as to your question, what a simulacrum is, well...
Wait, what is the thing?
What a simulacrum is?
Simulacrum.
It's quite rubbish, to be honest, Fae ritual that is based around the ritual that you would use to make new Fae, but because there aren't many Fae around that can make new Fae. It's a bit of a desperate version of that. It divides your magic into 2, separates it into slivers, makes a new version of you.
Oh, it's like the thing from Harry Potter.
It divides parts of your personality. Estrella has told me to mention that the specific part of simulacrum that you encountered was slivers of her ambition and anger, so perhaps not the best parts of her. Decision-making wise.
No shit.
I had no idea that was a thing Faye could do.
Not generally.
It's over Alec?
Yes.
Not so subtly glancing.
Again, you're making a lot of brushing sounds, so either sit up, so you're not brushing against your microphone.
Sorry, I'm sick.
I know, but when you're leaning down, it's really loud. Like,
And
on
it
the recording,
hurts.
I have to edit it out.
Sorry.
It's a lot of extra work.
That doesn't seem particularly stable.
Alec will answer this one. No, it's not. There's a reason most Fae don't do it. It's dangerous. Desperate times call for desperate measures. We're a bit low on manpower, and we can't be everywhere at once.
And if you clone yourself.
So that's the part of a stroller that we mind wiped here had nothing to do with attacking us the first time? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Do I
So
buy
they
that?
have their individual own...
Yeah, can I use my second question? Is that a lie?
No, that's how simulacrums work.
So they have their individual own motives and memories separate from who they were as a whole?
Again, it is a crude way of making a new Fae.
So what are you doing in the basement? What is happening in the basement?
I believe it's a magic research area. And where our transportation circle is.
That
What are you
explains.
researching?
Various things. Mostly the rituals, considering those are what concern us. Though occasionally other magical properties as well.
Felix makes another check mark.
How is Cade's reacting to this conversation?
I mean, any mention of Dalavier gets someone a little grumpier.
What about the simulacrum thing?
No reaction.
How does
Though
this process...
Alec probably has more of a reaction than Kate's.
How does
Alec's
this...
reaction was probably like, that's what he did.
Alec's reaction was that is the stupidest thing is on his face, like, you guys are dumb. Directed
Like
toward
he
the
doesn't-
idea of simulacrums.
Like he doesn't believe it's true, or like he
No,
thinks
like he thinks
bad
that's what a bad idea.
Okay. And then what happens to the original who like created the simulacrum after parts of themselves are...
They lose the magic that they split off, but after the simulacrum's death, some doing, the memories and magic can be returned to the original Fae.
Oh.
So it's like taking away your own memories and power to create another version of yourself
Yes.
that you have virtually no control over.
Yes. Again, crude way to make a new Fae. I don't think I could be any more clear.
Yeah.
Alice is overly amused by this.
Hmm. What rituals specifically are you researching?
Fae binding and the Oricar ritual, specifically.
Why is the
Felix
Oricar
marks
ritual?
off 2 more. They're now 4.
Yeah.
Well, alliances
0.
go 2 ways, so. And the alliance consists of Oricar and Fae. So those tend to be the things we'd look into.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Hey, Felix, how many more do you need until you get bingo?
1.
Figured.
Why do you continue to make Oricar? The odds don't look to be in your favor.
That is a question to Director the Mortani, not me.
Okay.
What they do with the ritual is their own business.
What is your goal with the... Are you planning to undo the Oricar ritual?
The
Or
Fae
alter
bindings.
The bindings we are planning to undo, full stop.
Yeah.
The Oricar ones we are just generally researching since it was such an aberration.
Okay.
Felix, I believe that's a bingo.
That's a bingo.
Bingo.
What do you
Do I get a
win?
prize?
Sadness.
Aw.
Your prize as
Sadness.
well. Yeah.
Sure, Alice slips off her bracelet and just hands it to you.
He puts it on. Nice.
Lovely.
All right, now see if you can get 4 corners of the full board by the time we're done.
Yep.
Alec will look over. And been researching the Fey binding ritual. What's your progress on that?
That's a good question.
Silva will raise an eyebrow. Slow going. As always, as with research into magical things.
Felix will look over at Emma.
But that's not really my department. I don't tend to research.
What is your department?
Scouting, couriering, spying.
Mm-hmm. So it's safe
We've
to say
actually
you're
met
instead of
before.
Have we now?
You met the real Estrella before, too. Multiple times, both of me and her have similar jobs. We're scouts, we're spies.
No, you
When
were
our people give us information onto your location, we tend to travel there, take a disguise, and see what you're up to.
Lovely.
We've been servants, soldiers. There's one particular time where a knight you traveled with a knight's apprentice you traveled with named Ava, I believe. That was Estrella. And her bound fae was, of course, another one of our agents.
Uh-huh.
Felix puts underneath his bingo marks, "Don't trust anyone else."
Ever!
Yeah, ever.
Alice glances over his paper and crosses that out, and then writes next to it, "Just be careful of who you trust in the future," and then leans back.
He rewrites it over it.
Smart kid. Smart kid.
Lovely. So, do you have any other goal other than researching how to break free faith and bonds and
Of course, we're not the
researching?
network. We do more than live peaceably.
What are your goals then?
Reclaim our kingdoms.
Check mark.
Yep.
Going for bingo 2.
Mm-hmm. That's the free spot in the middle, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I believe specifically East Hollow, since nobody lives there. Though ideally, we'd get the City of Fire back as well.
How do you plan on reclaiming the City of Fire?
By whatever means necessary.
The war.
Yep. Check mark.
Question, why do you not already have claimed East Hollow if no one lives there? At least the free ones of you.
Because that's the first place they'd look. And until we can be sure of our freedoms, making any obvious moves would be idiotic.
What about the Sylvana?
They don't claim East Hollow. It is hard to get into it with the living wood. Especially living nearer to the city. It becomes more aggressive to strangers the deeper you go.
I wonder if you can fly over it.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do with the Sylvana?
As long as they don't enter East Hollow, you shouldn't have a problem.
And the tribes?
Again, same statement applies.
You
Humans.
said that the living wood is protecting...
If they give up the City of Fire, then violence shouldn't be a problem, but somehow I doubt it will be that simple.
You said the living wood is
Check mark.
protecting East Hollow, so... And then you said that... Earlier you said that you wouldn't go to East Hollow because that's the first place they'd search, but then you said that the living wood is protecting it, so... Even if they knew you were there, they wouldn't be able to...
There is a
protect it.
reason at least East Hollow lies in ruin. They have ways to kill the trees.
Is that
Fire.
what y'all are trying to do with the forest? I forget what it's called.
Coexist?
The Mirror Grove?
The Mirror Groves, yes.
We don't have
yeah,
any
the poisoning
involvement in the Mill Groves. It is not our territory.
Do you know anything about the poisoning of the Mirror Grove?
Besides the fact that it is happening, no. It is Silvus's territory, not ours.
What territories are yours?
Evra. Belanaran, because no Fae claims it as their own. Though mostly it is neutral ground. We have the most activity there. And Sova will look at Alec. And Drathis is the networks. Nod. And say, apparently you've taken the Denal, too.
Yeah.
We move where we can. Clearly.
Oh, is this where the whole thing about I don't want to encroach on other people's territory came in?
Yeah, that wasn't a turn of phrase, that was a real thing.
Okay. Clarify.
Where?
You could have asked, I didn't realize I needed to.
So, we know that you're tracking us now. We know you want to keep tabs on us.
Can you not track us, please?
Did we just stay
Are
out
you
of the
kidding
way?
me?
No.
The one time we didn't track you after Estrala's death, you literally killed 50 people.
Hey, that was not us.
Yeah, that was not.
That was the old one. She's lost it.
We just didn't do anything about it afterwards.
And the free show you had in your group as well. But yes. Still, it is not as if the public cares to make those distinctions. Newspapers certainly didn't.
Quite honestly, from what I've heard, all of you did very little to stop it.
That's what I just said. We didn't do enough to stop it.
I mean, she tried to turn herself in, and then we kind of said no.
Like I said, when we stopped spying on you, disaster happened, so
So,
I'm gonna put a solid no on that.
yeah, so do we just
Or
stay out of the way?
Do you think that servants magically stop paying attention to you when you're sneaking around places just because you're lucky?
Again, you didn't answer my question. Do we just stay out of the way?
What do you want from
Do
us?
your job. Find the next king or whatever.
Would it even matter?
I'm just keeping track.
It matters very much, from
Yes.
the impression I have.
Well, not if they're
matters.
taking over more of the continent.
I
Matters
believe it
quite a
still
bit.
matters very much.
Because
It
it's how
matters.
easy it'll be for them.
It matters quite a bit. Well, we're hoping the prophecy will go in our favor since it was given by one of our prophets.
Have you considered that the prophet actually means that we are going to bring destruction? Because we've been
Because we
playing
are.
around with that idea.
Again, we're hoping it goes in our favor, one way or the other.
Mhm. Lovely.
Right, okay.
Now that you just tell us all this, so what are we going to do?
Yeah, what?
You want me to, lay clues in a I know that's what Estrala would have done. She would have been vague, but that's not how I do things.
Yeah, but do we just do our job now? Just
We need to meet
That's
on
kind of
Bobby's
what you
Day.
should have been doing the whole... What have you been doing besides your... That's what you should be doing the whole time.
Trying
running
not to
from
die.
people trying to kill us?
Murdering 50 people?
Hey,
lot too.
again, Adelaide. Not us.
No, we had a decent enough hand in it.
It happened before we knew that
Wow.
anything had happened. The
They
aftermath
had
was
a
our fault.
decent enough plan, and then I kept on.
We didn't know she was going to murder people. When we found out, we should have done something about it.
Hey,
It was
Cassidy,
wrong.
can you roll
Everybody had
2d6s for me and tell me what you get?
7.
Okay, thank you.
Oh God.
Well, we need
Can
to
I
meet
do?
more unbinded fae, so...
We do.
Also, how did you think Minos was gonna get you out of the city? What other teleportation circle have you seen? There's one in the basement that he could use, and he could get hold of travel stones, I'm sure.
Question: how do you plan on? Now that there's dragons loose, do you have any idea how they got loose?
Afraid not. It is a concern.
Okay, so Estrella had
Just a
nothing to do
mild
with
one.
that. Okay.
Noted.
Do we know that for sure? Do you know for sure that it wasn't Estrella and Delavier that helped free the dragons?
I'm pretty sure they would not want the wanton destruction of places we're going to claim.
I
That would be
mean,
a little
it's the wanton
backwards.
destruction of the humans there. So I
They're
wouldn't be
also
surprised.
kind of mortal enemies.
You are assuming that a dragon would work with a fae.
Yeah, mortal enemies,
True.
like I said.
I imagine if it was a fae that opened the locks, they got quite... Well, they're probably not around anymore.
Mhm. Yeah.
I can't imagine that if a
question.
deal was struck, a dragon held to it.
Do you know where the dragons are now? Well, one of them is on the horizon. We know that already.
One of them is on the horizon, yes. The other two are dealt with for now.
Oh, what
The
happened?
green one is on the coast. I believe one of your friends did something to that one, though the magic used is beyond me.
Mm.
They're a nice little statue on a cliff now. Very lovely garden ornament, I'm sure. And the other one disappeared.
Oh. Well, that's not good. Well, it is good, but also not good.
So now we just got one on our back.
Yes.
Well, an improvement.
Is it the red one?
It's the red one.
I believe it was red, yes.
Fuck.
You really don't think he would give up, would you?
He's probably the most arrogant out of all of them, not gonna lie.
Probably.
Well, I think I've been rather honest with you all in this conversation.
You have.
But we wanted to make it clear that we don't mean to be your enemies. You have quite the responsibility. Making it any harder would not be fair of us.
Yeah. The understatement of the century. So what, you're just gonna watch us from a not so distance?
We are going to continue to act as we have.
Steering us in certain directions. Got it. Can you make sure that no other cities get mind controlled entirely?
That would be Australa's deal. I'm sure.
Great.
But she doesn't have another active simulacrum as far as I'm aware.
Other than the one that was downstairs.
No, that was her.
That was... Am I just confused? Didn't you say earlier that was a simulacrum?
Nope.
Or was he referring to the one?
The one
in
we met, the one that you guys met, was a
Oh.
simulacrum.
In
I
Astracane.
can't think the word.
Oh, that was a misunderstanding on my part. I thought that was the second simulacrum.
And are you sure that the simulacrum is dead?
Oh, yes. You
Yeah.
only get the memories returning of the simulacrum once they die.
Hmm.
There's nothing else.
No, I believe that.
He'll look at all of you expectantly.
Have any suggestions for a king or a queen or a in between?
King, queen, or in between. I like that.
Well, that's your
That's
job,
interesting.
not mine.
Yeah, then.
Hey, wouldn't hurt to ask. We've done it before.
Yeah.
It would be arrogance to deign to answer. Roll her shoulders back and transform back into a hawk.
Well, good luck on your research, I guess.
Actually, before you go, Alex says, I'm going to ask this again, and this time I want you to answer truthfully. How much progress have you made on freeing Faye?
Yes, Alec coming in clutch. Alice reaches up behind her and just latches the window.
Yes.
And said, again, progress has been slow. Yes, I'm sure progress has been slow, but that's not what I asked. I asked where you were on that progress. Not how long it took you to get there.
I'm sure they've been working on it tirelessly for a very long time. I'm curious as well. How close to the finish line?
Or you passed it already.
It's Felix. Roll me 2d6, please.
Will do.
We're gonna get
Can
passive statuses again.
Can I do an investigation check on this?
Yeah, you can, but
9.
okay. You remember, weirdly enough, just about like a day or two ago, before you got to the Denal and were transported here, that you got attacked by two Fae, Terna and Cades, but they didn't have the little red strings around them anymore. They seemed very, very free to use their powers however they wanted, considering they affect a large group of humans.
I tug on Alice's shirt.
I lean down.
I say in French, they've done it.
Oh. I say in French, oh, they've already done it. And then I say it in German. And then I just look at Alec and I'm like, I believe that they've already crossed the finish line. At least Felix believes so.
Evil Kates.
And Alec will nod very, very slowly.
Interesting.
And Alex, even like the muddled emotions just go away. Like he's closed them off.
Shit. Whew. Alice kind of takes a step, like, sighs and then starts putting on her leg, like, I'm gonna have to get out of the way. This is gonna go badly.
He walks slowly around the couch toward the hawk.
There's a move in front of the door.
I'm like, would you wait 13 more seconds? Click.
Oh,
Close the door.
don't worry, I don't do things physically most of the time.
I'm going to close the door and stand in front of it, arms crossed, leaning against it.
I'm not going to attack you or hurt you, Sova. But if that's true, and if Dalavia did not hold to our end of the bargain by not informing us of this progress, then I would like you to respectfully inform him that our deal is broken. And if he wants to make enemies, then that, respectfully, is entirely up to him. And Sova will laugh nervously. Well, you certainly live up to what Delvier said of you. and there's a crackle of light, and he disappears.
Damn it.
Immediately walks over and kicks the nearest piece of soft furniture. Ah!
Do you need a hug?
I need a punching bag.
Nose goes.
I'm
No.
here.
Inanimate. Oh, right, you're like invulnerable with the wings? But that would hurt.
Yeah.
That would definitely hurt. Looks down at this. Look at these noodle arms. That would hurt. Just gonna hit a pillow.
You'll go find
Okay.
a bale of hay.
I'm just gonna hit a pillow.
Weren't you carrying a bale of hay in before all of that happened?
To your house? To the manor? That was like days before the attack. Because
So.
you originally were like, I'd like to practice archery. So I went and found you a bale of hay and a target. And then you never practiced archery.
I'm sorry, I kind of got handcuffed to a situation. So there's a deal between the different Fae groups, I assume, and that was that any information would be shared immediately, yes, and that was just broken.
Yeah, and in return, we wouldn't interfere with each other's business. Even if we disagreed with it.
Shit's gonna go down, ain't it?
Now
I
there
mean-
is no agreement.
Now that, well, that was conditional if Olivia doesn't follow through.
Yeah, I guess I should have told you that evil face
He
is
throws his hands up. Why did you make a deal with Dalavier? He's the worst! Of course he broke the deal. It's Dalavier!
What do you expect?
You really do not like Delavier, do you?
No, I don't.
Do you have a mortal enemy? Is that what's happening?
Immortal enemy.
Immortal?
That's a little more accurate. Points it out. The one
Wasn't he like your counterpart?
like, not really. We like worked together for a little while, but
Yeah.
I turned to Alec. You're a lot scarier than I originally thought you were.
thank you.
You have some weight to throw. I was not expecting that.
It's nice. It's a good compliment to hear that. I don't think Sova found me scary.
Oh, I doubt it, but you were impressively threatening.
I think Sova probably teleported away and then immediately started like laughing.
Like, ha ha ha, skinny boy thought I was scared of him.
Skinny boy.
Oh, yes. Also, because he didn't inform you, and I now feel no reason to keep those secrets, Sova is the Fae of memory and inspiration.
Inspiration? Memory.
Oh. Well, what were the chances he was looking through our memories that whole time?
Oh, like 100%.
Shit.
Nose wrinkle.
If he was around us when Catalina was freed.
Hey, Felix. Question. If you
Yeah.
was looking at our memories, since you do mind stuff, and I don't do the memory thing anymore, would he have been able to immediately know what we were saying in a different language, or would we just get the memory in a different language and have to deal with deciphering that?
Speak German and I can tell you.
The answer neurologically is yeah, he would have been able to tell because vocabulary is tied to your memory.
Yeah,
So
but,
if
like,
he read
Felix is
into it
not
enough, he'd be able to know.
True, but it's like not exactly. I mean, they could probably.
What has
Cassidy-
Felix been doing this entire time for you guys?
He's been knowledge bombing it.
When translating for you guys? Yeah. The answer is yes.
But the question is,
If it works for you, it works for your enemies.
I'm more questioning if memories are linked to thought at the time. I would,
Yeah,
I
that's
guess
like
the answer is yes.
how
Do you
it works.
never have a memory where you're remembering what you were thinking at the time of something?
Fair. I guess Felix's memories are everybody's thoughts.
Yeah,
What?
and like the whole
That assumes he's
Yeah.
spying on you 24/7.
Hey, I'm a 13-year-old.
He gets 12 hours of sleep.
I get, yeah. I see pretty object. I'm out.
no, not two of us.
I have some focus, I will admit that.
Alex,
But I'm not
you're
entirely...
made for each other.
Shut up. I'm not entirely... I'm not entirely distracted, but I don't really want to hear your thoughts. Every single day.
Every single day.
Eros nods. It's exhausting enough to hear their words.
That's true.
Dude. True.
I kind of wish Dina was around more, not gonna lie.
Turn to Alec. I really don't know.
You realize I can hear you, right?
Yep, that's why I said it.
It's a moral offense, kid, right? You have nothing to do that.
It's quite honestly the same with emotions. It's very tiring around this group. Half of you are depressed.
Oh,
And
I
half of
wonder
you just
why.
don't like each other. And it's really hard
I wonder
to
why.
just, like, be like...
I wonder
And then
why.
half of you really like each other. And then there's also just some other stuff sprinkled in there. Mostly trauma. Not going to lie to you.
Well, you're surrounded
Lots
by
of that.
rips.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna say this because it royally pisses off every single rift I've ever encountered. I didn't go through a great trauma to get my abilities.
What?
No, mine manifested over time, slowly, because I was a woman who went to college.
I mean, that's fair.
So it wasn't traumatizing, it was just really difficult. And I was just the right person. So...
How did it first
Yeah,
appear?
most of us are traditional.
Traditional.
Really, honestly, I thought I was just really, really smart for a really long time because I was like, wow, look at how many languages I can pick up so quickly. I must be gifted. And then I realized I wasn't aging. And I was like, hey, that's a
weird.
little strange.
Oh well.
Yeah, and then I met an old lady who was like, oh, you're a rift just like me. And I was like, what the hell is that? And then she explained it to me, and she was super sweet. Really weird, though. She knew way too much, but super sweet. Really weird, though.
That's interesting.
I'm pretty sure she had foresight.
Really? That's
And
interesting.
this is with our group, right?
Well, I mean, this...
And this is with our group, yes?
Did
gather
she have any
this before the
kids?
first meeting?
Head count.
Oh,
I'm gonna
this
do a
was
quick
like-
head count.
100...
If you
50 years
again,
ago.
did you grab the small children for this meeting?
No.
No.
Then no, they are not here, and neither is Kai because he's on babysitting duty today.
Alright, I'm gonna do a head count anyway, make sure everyone's here, and then I'm gonna go check on the kids. And then
They're
I'm gonna go
fine. They're sleeping because it's now nighttime.
Right, and then I'm gonna come back to you. Just making sure everyone is still here.
So, what's the game plan now?
Starters, I have to ask, do you think any of the servants who potentially were the Horcruxes, I'm just going to use that word because I can't pronounce the actual word, of the Fae, Sora looked into our mind after Catalina died and came back? Do you think that sort of advanced things?
If it didn't happen before, it happened now, so.
Great. Wonderful.
Great.
So now I have to put up a barrier. Lovely.
Alice's face scrunches like
What's with that face?
nothing.
Your thoughts say otherwise.
Just don't push yourself.
I kind of like to keep my privacy.
Just don't push
Really?
yourself.
Eventually, after finding a pillow to punch, Alec comes back in the room.
You're very
You better
dramatic
now?
sometimes.
Are you
Thank
going to have
you.
to tell
I
the
try.
MRSA in the network that the deal is off, or will be maybe off?
Is that an empty promise?
No, I'm just not going to message them until I know for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would be kind of presumptuous of me to go, hey, guys, get ready to deals off.
Should I show you what I saw? Did that help?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, they bomb.
No. Felix just shares the memory of Terena and Evilcates.
You airdrop it to him.
What parts of that memory do you share?
Yeah.
The part where they attacked us and made us laugh our guts out.
Not the part after?
Not the part after.
Okay. Nods. Well, they definitely weren't bound because they used their powers on a bunch of very living people.
Yeah.
Which
By the way, I don't want to laugh ever again.
That's depressing.
That's really sad.
It hurts. I mean, I will probably laugh again, but that was traumatizing.
Oh God, imagine having
I mean,
two-
you guys probably think this is terrible news. I'm tempted to get a cocktail and half celebrate, though, so...
Why?
Oh, I don't know. I wonder why.
Emma, just sleep. You sound tired. You're not thinking right.
Why I would be happy. And someone finding a way to break a ritual that has enslaved my kind for hundreds of years.
Oh.
I wonder.
I thought you were going to celebrate the fact that a bunch of humans almost laughed to death. Obviously, you wouldn't.
What
That's
the
all.
hell, Emma?
You
was
go in
confused.
weird directions in your brain.
I don't think she has one anymore, not gonna lie.
You have also asked some pretty obvious questions while sitting here. Let's stop knocking Emma for asking questions.
She just assumed. Alec. One of the
Yeah,
best people
that's
I've
why
met
I'm
here.
confused.
Thank
That's why I
you.
said why, because I assumed
It's
Alex wasn't
concerning
gonna
because
do
I've only
that.
known you for like a week, but thank you.
Hey, you didn't try to kill me the first time we met. That's like a low bar to set.
Then
Oh,
the bar is
God.
on the floor.
And you did fee me.
That's not a bar. That can't be the bar.
It's
It
become the
kinda
bar.
is.
Especially for Faye, it seems.
Yeah.
Not
I mean,
killing,
Mouse was
not
pretty
killing
nice.
each other is not the bar.
I mean, Mouse is pretty nice to
Mouse
us.
is pretty nice. Yeah.
Mouse is nice. Since when?
Since he
Oh,
gave
I
us luck.
He gave us
What
luck.
did he ask in return?
We have
That
to
we
choose
Pick
a
a
free
fae for a
fae.
chosen.
Okay, yeah, that
Okay.
makes more sense. That's not nice. That's cunning.
Yeah.
Not
It's
really.
reasonable as well.
Yeah. One from each faction.
Makes sense.
We were going to do it anyways.
Yeah.
Please tell me you weren't thinking about picking Catalina.
Oh, no.
No.
No. Absolutely not.
Before the thing happened, are you sure about that? I heard
Yeah.
We remember this is a podcast where everything you said out loud has been recorded.
I think we talked about one time. We were like, no, we shouldn't, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did.
I
talked
don't
about
know
it-
if that was the consensus you guys came to.
Pretty sure it was.
I think
I
we
don't
were
lie,
pulling more
pretty
for Kate than
distinctly-
Catalina.
Adelaide and Jane pretty distinctly were like, I'm considering Catalina. I think it was Adelaide and
Possibly.
Jane.
That
No,
was
that
distinctly
was- that-
before she went on a rampage.
Adelaide has had her heart set on Delta since she found a notebook.
You've never met him.
Exactly.
He's above the bar.
Yeah.
By virtue of not knowing anything about him.
I can leave it alone. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go to sleep. I really wanted a nap, and that got ruined. So,
Why don't you go sleep in your room? Probably not gonna get ruined in there, honestly.
Because this was supposed to be a nap. And then I was supposed to go get food and then go to sleep. But my nap got ruined, and we haven't gotten food, and now I need to go to sleep.
Why don't we just go get food right now?
Because I'm tired. I'll eat later.
No. That's bad for health. You
Alec,
need to eat first.
To be the one that knows that, like, how to stay healthy.
Yeah, such a good example, Alice.
Yeah.
Just want to go to bed. She says, getting up and heading towards the kitchens. And then turns around. Well, come on, we're going to get food.
Felix follows along.
Like little ducklings. Alex sings in the background.
What? I would like to pull a random object out of my bag and wing it at Alex's head.
Oh,
What do I pull?
It hits him. Are you trying to pull something that would hurt, or
No, random.
Well, there are a lot of things in your bag that could really hurt if they hit someone. So that's up to you.
Throws the wine glass.
No, that's in a box. I have to throw the whole box.
Throw the whole box.
Oh, okay, so a notebook. So I think I just wing my journal at him.
You wing it at him and he lifts it up and says, "I'm keeping this! You throw it at me, you lose rights of property!"
Wait, which journal is that? Hold on.
He's already walked away because he doesn't need to eat.
Alice starts looking through her bag and trying to figure out which journal it is, and then is like, fuck, that's the first one. Is it more suspicious if I ask to trade and I'll give him a newer one?
We can go steal it later.
No,
you can get it back for good behavior.
I'm afraid he's going to read it.
Oh, he's definitely going to.
He's saying this as he's already flipping through it.
You can get Kate to steal the book for you.
And out loud, is giving out loud interactions like, and interesting.
Little payback for stealing his book.
But clarification.
You guys don't know about that because Cade's never. You guys didn't talk to anyone else besides Cade's about that.
Felix might.
Felix does not.
No, he doesn't. So ignore Tele.
As he's flipping through the book, when he reaches about the halfway point, Alice just goes, "For clarification, it was a loveless marriage. At least I thought it was a loveless marriage."
He's laughing.
Uh-huh.
Felix has already started making sandwiches because that's all he knows how to make.
Oh.
They're really fancy sandwiches, aren't they? Because it's like salted and cured meats and like fine cheeses and homemade bread.
I guess.
Because they don't have peanut butter and jelly here.
At least not in the forms you would recognize it, so yeah.
And then do they have like wine on their shelves somewhere?
I'm sure.
Yeah. Alice will take out the fancy wine glass and then kind of half sarcastically pour Alec a glass and then pour herself a glass, and we'll just sit there like while he reads the book and like judge his reactions.
He takes it. He still has that, so the murky emotions are still gone because whatever shield he put up is still up. So you have only his face, and you're not used to that. You're at an active disadvantage because of your usual crutch when reading emotions.
She's trying really hard to remember anything overly embarrassing that she would have put in that journal.
He does laugh at some points. Or chuckle. Or ooh and ah.
Ooh. Uh-huh. Interesting.
This changes everything.
It doesn't change anything! I feel bad about it already.
She laughs.
Have you reached a pepper spray pot? I feel bad about that too.
He's laughing the whole way through. Until he gets to the end and he closes the book.
Felix pushes the sandwich in front of you.
I eat it, and then as soon as he closes the book, I put it in my bag.
You put the sandwich in your bag.
No, the book,
No.
not the
I
sandwich.
didn't give it back to you.
Oh,
Okay,
Good
but
behavior.
no one else can read it. Please.
You are the one who shoved this at my face.
Yes, because random thing. Please, no one else can read it.
That is your own mistake. You are the one who is always telling these people not to resort to random acts of violence. And you get mildly annoyed, and you just chucked a book in my face.
I was going for a shirt. It was the book. It did a super random thing.
If I was a normal person, I would have a broken nose.
I'm surprised you don't have a
Is
broken
that
nose.
hard-covered?
Yes, it's
It
an
is.
old
It's
journal.
hardcover, leather. He knocks on it and makes a nice sound.
It's wood.
It's also
It's-
thick too.
Yes, it's very... That's the first 30 or 40 years of my life.
It's quite a lot of information.
Yeah. I think I started that one when I was like 17.
What year does it
Oh.
end at?
What year does it end at?
So it would end around 1901, 1902? Can I just see the last couple of pages?
No.
I'm pretty sure that one ends around 1901 when I returned home.
So you were alive during the Victorian times.
I'm very old. Yes.
Yeah, I thought you were just like maybe 100.
I'm 175?
In Faye years, she's still a baby. If that helps.
Nah, I'm going by human years. You're old enough to be my great-great-grandma.
Oh yeah, she's ancient by human years. Not older than the only other human immortal I know, though.
oh.
Emperor Skycaller.
Oh, yeah.
You all know him.
Yeah, we do.
This is not a great revelation.
We just forget that he's human sometimes, not gonna lie.
Oh, don't worry, I do too.
Alice is kind of just sitting there. She looks guilty, and she's just like,
Once you have eaten all of the sandwich and all of the food provided, he will slide the journal back.
I put it in my bag. I might feel bad about it, but it was his fault, really. I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay.
Seems the best course.
Yeah.
Does everyone go to sleep?
Yeah.
Okay. The evening passes relatively peacefully. At least nothing wakes you up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Wake up. Some of you bright and early the next morning. The others won't be getting up till like
12.
midnight, 12. Noon.
Never.
High noon.
Yeah. AKA the college students. And the 13-year-old.
So obviously Alice will get up first.
Jane is a. No, Jane is not an early riser. That's Emma.
No, not even Emma.
No, I thought one of us do like early morning things.
Apparently not.
Yeah, but like college student early is like 9.
Yeah.
Alice early is like 6.
Yeah, 5:30.
5:36.
Me early is going to sleep at 7:20. 1:23 in the morning.
Sounds like a very
Waking up at 10.
Anyway. Alice, you're the first one to wake up.
Uh-oh. Children missing.
I get food
Okay.
and then I just wait in the common room and read for a couple hours. Just chillax.
Alec will come in when you wake up. And he is holding a letter in his hand.
Awesome.
It has a broken seal, but it is green, waxen, and probably had a deer on it at one point.
You just got a letter.
Sounded like a reference. I didn't get it.
Well, but I tend to like children's cartoon. It was a children's cartoon.
I don't know what a cartoon is.
I don't have any examples of a cartoon.
Jane will pull out like a sketchbook. and
You're
draw-
not awake.
Jane's not awake.
Oh, you're right.
This is like 6 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Jane just
So-
went to sleep.
What does it say?
Well, I got what I wanted out of it.
Admission or
Instructions.
that's terrifying a little bit.
I mean, good news for me.
Yeah, but like in the grand scheme of things, good news, bad news.
Good news for me and
news for
the
you.
network. Perhaps not great news for the group I am traveling with currently.
Oh.
Because that does mean our alliance not only stands, but we had some things in the contract that may or may not have said whoever reaches the end first gets something in return for that information.
Please ask her what that is.
So, what does that mean for us as a group?
Functionally, I don't think anything right
Okay.
now.
And then I mean this with all the love possible.
Hit me with it. Not actually, I don't need another book, please.
I'm concerned about the Fae with more genocidal tendencies.
Oh, I mean, duh! You've never met any of the Palace Fae, but if you have met any of the Palace Fae in Evra, you know to be very concerned. Luckily, we have a bit of time before anything happens, because it's not a perfect ritual.
Does that mean I should do something about it?
Well,
A rather tight spot for you, isn't it?
yes! I like you, Alice, as a friend. I do. I'm a little more invested in this, though.
I know, and I understand that. I don't believe that the Fae should be bound either on principle. But also, some of them are criminals and are bound for their crimes.
Yeah, some of them, if they're not bound, are the option is bound or executed. There's not a lot of middle ground there for their survivability.
Have you reached out to your network and considered, hey, we've figured out how to do the unbinding thing. We should start working on a treaty with the people who we want land from.
I messaged the rest of the network, but like I said, our contract is conditional, so there's not much we can do at the moment. We had a very specific set of conditions when we found the solution to our problem, because the solution to our problem means that being separate factions is kind of dumb. I mean, I think being separate factions was kind of dumb in the first place, but whatever. That wasn't really my consideration.
I'm very happy for you. This is a really, really, really big thing.
Oh,
And
it's very big. I'm not happy with the details I got about it.
oh no. How do you do it?
How you do it is fine. I'm not happy at how they arrived at their conclusions. But that would be why we were separate factions, so I suppose I'm not surprised.
Have they already started successfully freeing what they?
Your friend saw the
Two
other
of them.
kids in Terrana and the memory, yes. They have. They kind of have an edge on recruiting, because I imagine many people who've been enslaved for centuries to some very considerably cruel people over the years aren't exactly focused on peace and diplomacy. Or, like, living a quiet life. So they kind of have the edge on pitch recruiting.
That is true. This is a bit scary in the global thought, like everything.
I mean, I'm annoyed that he didn't tell me when he discovered it, and it took me threatening actual war to get this piece of paper in my hand.
I'm very happy that you have your answer.
I thought I'd be much more happy when I had this in my hands. Turns out I'm very unsatisfied.
Why are you unsatisfied?
A multitude of reasons.
Okay, we'll let that stand where it is.
But I am going to ask that very kindly, that our next stop, wherever we're going after this, is Evra. Because I think letters are not going to do for the words I need to speak to Dalavia about.
I'm sure we'll be able to convince them to go to Evra. Do you want me to inform them of this, or would you like me to keep this between us?
I don't see why I would need you to keep it a secret.
Just asking. You are a friend, and I do want to respect your privacy, even if you read my diary.
You threw your diary at my face.
I did throw my diary at your face.
That was for calling Felix a duckling. It wasn't even a response at you.
Enough of your snarky comments.
Yeah, feel free to share this information with them. I haven't really decided what I'm doing with it yet, anyway. Suppose if he just messaged me, he definitely hasn't sent a letter to Silvers, so I should probably do that. If he sent a letter to Silvers already before he sent one to me, I'm going to be very angry there. On principle. You're wincing very harshly.
Isn't Olivia one of the ones who is supposed to be bound because of war crimes?
how should I say that? Well, he is a castle fae. He's a palace fae, so he is among the four that I was saying were particularly problematic during wartime. I don't think I'm the best person to pass judgment on Delavere.
Why?
Because I, once upon a time, did consider him a friend. And I would like to consider him a friend in the future.
I understand.
No, you don't.
No, not this. Let me finish my sentence.
I can feel your emotions. You may not be able to feel mine right now, but I can feel yours.
I'm struggling with it. But I don't have to agree with your perspective on the value of human lives. To understand your perspective?
I don't agree with Delavere on his perspective of human lives. I would like to make that clear. There is a reason that we are not the same.
Okay, it's really I'm used to knowing where people stand based off of knowing how people feel when I say things. It's really weird.
Even if I release the barrier, all you're gonna get is muddled things.
Yeah, but I can focus on that, and it's still weird.
He puts it down, and you get a muddled things.
But no,
that are a lot more complicated than last time, because usually Alec is pretty. It's just snark is a feeling usually.
That's not what I wasn't asking you to take it down. I was saying that it's taking me a little longer to digest this conversation because I'm not sure where you stand on all of these things. And I don't want to step on your toes.
Well, you know how normal people do that. They ask questions and deal with it like normal people.
I know, but I'm also trying to figure out where I stand in this situation because I haven't really stopped to grapple with the morality, the whole moral quandary of bound fae versus potentially genocidal fae. I don't.
That is kind of the quandary around.
Yeah, because I don't believe that bound fae is a viable long-term solution at all.
Oh, it is definitely not a viable solution to any of the problems at all. I would say they made it dramatically worse if we were not already making things dramatically worse at the time when the ritual was developed.
But, and don't get me wrong, I'm very, very happy you have this information. And I have, though I have not known you very long, I have a good portion of confidence you will use this information responsibly. It is the other fae you have spoken of that I have concerns about, and it is kind of eating me inside because...
Well, fortunately, you can't do anything to control or stop their actions.
No, I can't.
So...
But I appreciate having a clear stance, which I don't really have at the moment.
Well, it's not really an issue you develop a clear stance on.
No, it's not. It's very... Well, this is bad, but this is also bad.
Because I would like to point out that even some of the free fae that you have made acquaintances with so far, even, say, free fae that we've met that have been active, this group's active like enemies, like Sora, are relatively young and thus relatively weak. I think the problem with the ritual isn't actually a problem. Delavere does not share that stance, so he will wait to use it on more powerful fae.
What's the problem with the ritual?
I am not at liberty to say that. Or really even hint about it. Even saying there was a problem was probably overstepping my bounds in that regard. But I'm kind of shit at keeping secrets, so oh well. You know, now that I think about it, that may be why this letter wasn't sent to me immediately, because I'm really bad at keeping my mouth shut at things.
And just for clarification, you said that you think Delevia is only going to use it on older Fae, while you think it's not a problem, so you'd be willing to use it on younger, weaker Fae?
No, I think Dalavia will use it on everyone when he's ironed out the issue. Because the way he sees it, it is a very big issue.
Okay.
I don't think it's really much of an issue at all. Which might give us an advantage if we start now. I will have to message Evan again. At this point in time, other people start waking up.
I'd probably be the next one of us three to wake up, just yawning and stretching and be like, oh, you're awake already. What's the letter?
He'll hold it up and close the wax seal down so you can see the deer.
Oh. Olivia sent you the information you were looking for.
Yes.
Alice has her thinking face on, so she kind of looks vaguely pissed off.
Your thinking face is a resting bitch face.
Yeah.
That's just
Felix wakes up next, surprisingly. Just heads straight
What's
towards
wrong,
the kitchen.
What's wrong, Alice?
What?
Oh, you just looked upset. Something wrong?
No. I'm thinking. She immediately settles back into her RBF.
Okay. I'm going to go grab food. Have you guys already eaten?
Felix comes out with some toast.
I already ate.
Oh, hey, Toad. Hey. Okay. Did you? Did you already eat? Look at Alec.
I haven't been here the whole time. Did you already eat?
I think I already ate.
Felix turns around and goes back to get another plate of toast.
I'm pretty sure I already ate.
I'm gonna join.
Another thing of
Jackson
toast won't
group
kill
myself.
you.
I will also do extra syrup. They don't have syrup.
Felix brings out the plate, puts it in your lap, and sits on the random couch.
Alice nibbles it while looking angry.
So, Delevere sent you stuff, eh?
Yes. Yes, he did.
That's good, but also not.
Is it the way that we know how to do it?
Yeah.
Surprisingly, no, it is not murdering a fae and bringing them back to life.
That is surprising, actually.
No, he did use that in research, apparently.
Oh.
So congrats, you helped.
Oh.
Is that good or bad? I mean, it might be good on your side,
again,
but
great news for me all around, but like...
murderous fae. The ones who want to kill us.
Say.
Okay.
And other people.
I reiterate this since you weren't here when I said this to Alice. There is a slight problem with the way the ritual works. I cannot tell you what the problem is based on a contract we signed, but I can tell you that Dalavia will not start using the ritual freely until the issue is worked out.
Okay.
They have a
What
little-
would-
So we have time. Okay.
Obviously, the problem is not that it would murder humans. Just cross that off the list. He
So,
wouldn't care about
I don't
that.
think that he would consider that a problem, actually.
Exactly.
yeah.
I think
Exactly.
he would consider that very much a pro.
Mm-hmm.
So we should probably go to Ever next, yeah?
Yeah, that was a
Sorta-
specific request anyways.
Yeah. Oh.
And I want to meet Prince Rain.
Oh, yeah, he's also, I think he's one of our chosen, or potential chosen, so we probably go save him from
Potential.
that before Delevere figures out the little Nick in the problem?
And there are multiple pages to this letter, and it looks like Alec only got through a couple of them by the time he went out and to go talk to you, Alice. So he sits down and he continues to read the rest of it.
Are you allowed to talk about how the ritual is done? Probably not.
No. No, I am
Already
not.
asked.
He reads through it and has some interesting facial expressions as he does. Aw.
I try really hard to focus on his emotions.
Felix doing anything?
Roll me an investigate check.
Felix is
That's
also
a 2.
nosy.
I don't pick anything up.
Felix is nosy too.
You can try to poke at his memories.
Yeah. Anyways, that's an 8.
Emma's gonna go for it and remember, wait, I don't have to measure.
I can't do that anymore.
So that's an 8. Like, Felix is just trying to do this just subliminally. Like, he's eating toast and trying not to seem obvious. But that's an 8, and can I add stuff to it?
You can. This will also be an investigate check.
Okay. Trying to find.
I have concerns now.
He's a mind fade too. I'm pretty sure he'd be able to pick up on that.
Sorry, I'm trying to find.
Alice and him had a
Very
whole conversation about how emotions are not the only thing he does.
Yeah.
But if Felix is trying to be subtle, Alice doesn't catch
Yes.
it.
I know what you desire.
And Alice actively encouraged him to use his abilities when he has the urge to.
Yeah.
So,
I know what you desire. I can see your memories.
Okay, yeah, you only need 2, so.
Okay.
But if you want to add more for more questions, you can.
Nah, that's it.
2 questions. What do you want to ask?
What is the Nick in the problem?
Okay. Before I give your answer, will your second question be tangentially related to that? Or do you want to ask something
no.
completely different?
Completely different.
What is your second
What
question?
was the most recent weird face made for?
Okay. So to answer your first question, the problem is that when the ritual takes place, however it does not return the Fae to their full former state.
Okay.
It keeps the power restriction.
And the most recent weird face?
A long part. It looks like so from the flashes of memory you can get.
Mm-hmm.
Though you will notice it is much harder to peer into Alec's mind than it is even to say Emma's mind when she had her mental powers.
Yeah.
The most recent weird face. Let's see. There are a lot of them, so I gotta pick one.
Roll a die and tell me.
I gotta pick one piece of information that he made the weird face at. Okay, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. The more specific part of the revolution is the notes on how the research took place, is the one that you get. Specific parts that Dalavior will have admitted in one part of the letter to have specifically lied and hold some stuff back for himself and his faction as part of the research. From, like, day 1.
Okay.
That is the face that you get, but there is more, and you get the feeling that it gets worse. Like, that was one of the lighter things, but the worst things are far better protected from the active shield that Alec has.
Understandable.
So they're harder to get to while being stealthy. These are just sort of the things you're getting while just putting your feelers out there, seeing what slips through the cracks.
Yeah, do I get anybody else's feelings while I'm just openly reaching?
You have to concentrate
Okay.
to use your powers.
I didn't know how Felix
But
is.
you could just generally read the room and look around and be like, well, bad moods all around. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Eventually, Alec finishes reading the letter and finds the nearest fireplace, holds it over the fireplace until most of it is illegible and gone, and then throws the rest of it in.
Drama queen.
Yes. Again, established trait.
I know. It's just like a whole movie in your mind.
Yes.
Wait, you know what a movie is?
Alice has explained a lot of things to me. Apparently, she missed out on what cartoons are. I know what a car is. You explained what a car is. I don't know what a tune is.
No,
are they
no.
related at all to each other?
Okay, so it's moving pictures, but caricatures.
Like a
pictures.
movie, but it's like
Okay. Like a flip book.
Yes.
kind of, but like it's displayed on a television as well.
Okay. Okay.
If we
there's
find Jamie,
voices.
we might be able to get an example. Because he still has his phone. With
True.
stuff on it. I think he was watching
Downloaded
Batman
books
the
and
last
stuff.
time.
Yeah.
Technically, I still have my phone, but like, what good is that gonna
Oh yeah,
do?
no, he has a portable battery recharger.
Like, he can summon things. That's like his thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's less
Don't know.
restrictions than Aaron has.
It doesn't glow. His stuff doesn't glow. Which is really nice sometimes.
You could actually summon a pair of working sunglasses.
Instead of the opposite. Low glasses. Blindfold.
Blindfold? You're gonna blind you. That's for sure.
Maybe permanently if you look too long.
Yep.
Don't
You can't
stare
look
directly into the blindfold.
What else are you supposed to look at? Your eyelids? Yeah,
It
that
will
doesn't
hurt
help.
you.
Sorry.
Better encouragement to keep your eyes shut.
True. You can't see through it.
I'm taking
Anyway.
note of that for later.
Do any of the rest of you have any checks, questions you'd like to ask, things you'd like to do?
What kind of research went into this, and how exactly did it help, other than just was it just observing Catalina being revived / freed with us?
No, there was a lot of research. Centuries worth of research that I just got summarized in like 7 to 10 pages of notes.
Damn.
I guess that makes it easier for you
Particularly
then.
you said we helped.
It was very dumbed down, which I appreciated.
So how are you feeling about it?
I'm glad it exists. That's about it.
Need a
You're
hug.
not glad how they got to that.
Not a big a hug person right now.
Want some toast?
Don't really need toast, but I will eat it.
He hands out his stack.
You just cut up a whole loaf of bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put butter in between. It's just a
Toasted
toast
it with
cake.
cinnamon and sugar and stuff.
Yeah. Jams on different layers. He doesn't even know if some of them are jams or not.
Some of them are definitely not.
Yeah.
What if it's
That's
straight up
spicy for
salsa?
some reason. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, sorry. I just pick things that look like condiments. I don't know what this stuff
that
is.
looks like strawberries. It really does. Does not taste like strawberries.
I'll take note of that. Sorry.
No, you're fine. That was interesting.
It's not
woke me up.
expected. Better than coffee. Surprise
It's
spice.
in my nose.
You want some water?
No, water never helps with spice.
I don't know if
You
they
want
have
some-
milk.
They have milk here.
I mean, you're supposed to take a peppermint to help with spicy stuff.
No, that just makes it hot and cold at
Yeah.
the same time. It doesn't work.
Milk is what takes it down. It's like how you relieve pepper spray.
It's just also
Pepper,
science,
and
because
it is-
spice is an acid and milk is a base.
Yep.
If you eat a pepper and eat a peppermint as well, your mouth feels like it's on fire and freezing.
And cold at the same time.
Yes, the cold. You don't
so-
want the taste of the spicy to go away. You just want it to not hurt anymore.
It's gonna hurt. It's also
It's gonna hurt more.
Trust-
It doesn't hurt.
Trust
Have you
me.
ever tried eating a peppermint after eating something spicy?
No, because that's common sense to not to.
That is what I've been
Yeah.
doing my entire life.
Not how you do that, but okay.
Do you just eat toothpaste?
What? No, a peppermint. Like, she reaches into her bag. A peppermint candy? But this isn't that spicy. It's like spicy. Just surprisingly spicy.
Just spicy for something you thought was strawberry.
Yeah. Don't worry. I fully know how pepper spray works.
I know.
Yeah,
You
that
created it. You have mentioned that multiple times, and you have a lot of disdain for people who took your idea and called it theirs, and you still hold a grudge against that.
Yep.
Yeah. Would you like a different piece of toast?
No, I'm gonna finish this one. It's actually
Okay.
This
really
one
good.
looks like is this garlic bread? Did you just make garlic bread?
They have garlic here?
Sure tastes like garlic.
That's purple. I don't think that's garlic.
I'm not
Taste
sure if
it.
that's even
tastes-
edible. Should we be eating that?
Was it in the kitchens?
Yeah.
Here's to hoping it's edible.
Yeah.
It's either
Sorry if you
edible
get
or cleaning
sick.
supplies.
Well, none of you are dead by the time you eat the rest of the toast. So you assume only edible things ended up on the bread.
Yeah,
Yes.
dude, that was lucky.
But any other questions, investigation checks, things you'd like to roll? Or do?
Is anybody watching us? Can I roll for that?
You can. You can certainly roll me another investigation check if you'd like. The rest of you?
10.
Okay.
No.
If your one question is anyone watching us right now?
Yeah.
You're in a common room, not the kitchen, so no, there's no one around.
Okay. So what should we do today? Just sit around do nothing? Or
Wait for the trial. Is that why we're here?
we gave our statements. That was literally what we were here
True.
for.
And then we don't have to go back.
You are waiting for one of the Oricar more equipped to deal with the magic tracking that is on you to come and get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which will happen with the trial, because that's when all of the Oricar are getting here.
Yeah. They said
We
in
have
like
to
2
wait.
days. We have 2 days.
Yes.
Since we plan on leaving, I don't actually plan on exchanging my stuff for money. So I'm sorry, not shopping here. This time, we will eventually. I think I'm going to have a day of just rest.
Okay.
Because both of my legs are injured. Saying something 'cause I'm
Montage!
missing one.
It is downtime.
Yes.
It is specifically, you have 2 days of downtime before the Oricar that's coming to deal with magic.
Can Felix try to work on Fade or cracking his new card that you haven't created yet?
I don't think that is a thing you can actively do purposefully.
Damn.
No, but you can add attention to your other card.
Mhm.
And once you get, like, game mechanics wise, once you get up to 7 abilities there, you get to make an entirely new card of your choice.
Okay.
They still won't be
Get 5
balanced, but you'll have more
I'll have 5.
Yeah.
Felix.
So
you
which
get 2
card
7,
was taken away?
Give me a moment. Flip.
It's in our text. You can look at that.
I'm going to spend...
That requires a lot of looking for the bigger thing that I have in front of me, because I texted it to you sideways.
Well, I'm looking at it sideways.
Yeah, but I can look at it the right way and not turn my head 90 degrees to read it.
You say as I do so.
Crowd pleaser.
Okay.
Third card.
God damn it.
Oh, yeah, so you lost your hobby.
I lost my hobby. Okay. I'll just add attention to just passing through. By keeping his mouth shut about what he knows now.
Yep.
Keeping his head down.
Yep. Okay, so you do so. Emma, Jane, I'm pretty sure I know how Alice is spending her time.
I'm going to spend one of those days trying to get rid of...
This is not breaking up into two separate downtimes.
Okay, then I'll spend that time working on getting rid of Siren's Doom, if I can.
Yeah, you can.
Awesome. Does that mean I can get rid of it?
Yes, if you spend time getting rid of it. So, Alice, though, you have to pick. Getting rid of the status or getting back your burnt tags. I'll come back to you. Jane, what are you up to?
I'm probably going to give one of my cards attention. I think I'm going to go with my Mythos card.
And how are you going to do that?
The
way you get attention is trying to figure out the question you posed for Mythos. So,
okay,
what
hold
question
up.
did you pose, and how are you figuring that out?
Let's see if it'll show me. That's a difficult. A better one. I could do one on my Logos card would make more sense. Just interacting with the group and hanging out with other people.
Yeah. Marking attention by your Logos. Alice, I'm returning to you. What are your decisions?
I think I'm going to, because the unburn, I thought it was going to be one tag at a time, but the rules say unburn all burnt power tags. Yes. So I'm going to think I'm going to do that. Okay,
get your card back. After having spent a large majority of some sessions very limited in your abilities.
I had like a whole week of aging in there because one of my burnt power tags was my immortality.
Hey, you grew older for 1 week.
1 week older from... Oh no, whatever will you do?
Yeah. Suddenly you have one little wrinkle of a crow eye.
You got a stress wrinkle because you've been dealing with so much in that week.
Yeah.
You got a gray hair. You have one single strand of gray hair.
You wouldn't be able to find it.
And not that amount of hair? It is buried.
That's probably what she spends her chill time doing, is brushing and braiding her hair. We've been doing a lot. Maybe I shouldn't have it in the fun ponytail. Maybe it needs to be functional.
But eventually, the 2 days come to a close, and Kakoa comes to get all you all. She will knock on each of your doors, gather you all into a group, and then say, Rakana, the Oricar that's going to be in charge of investigating what she can do magic-wise to get rid of the tracking magic on you, has arrived. And she said she would like to do this before the trial, as quick as possible. So,
sounds good to me.
Yeah, okay.
So she will actually lead you back to where the main hall entrance is, where there is an imposing Oricar, all shadow except for a golden set mask over her face.
Hi.
Rakana is quite tall, so she looks down at all of you. Almost like candling tall. So unnaturally so. And she bows.
I didn't feel short already.
She bows down a little bit. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I've been informed that you are having trouble with some tracking magic.
Yep, dormant loyalty. Gotta love it.
And other Oricar have a little more human mannerisms about them. So, like, they'll blink and stuff. Behind her mask, her eyes do not blink.
Just gonna ignore that.
Do you have a room for study of magic and that sort? Looks at Coco. Yes, we have one prepared for you. They go down the hallways to a large open room.
Not the same.
It looks like it is a library that just has all the tables been pushed to the side. She looks it over a little, from you can get from Ricardo, a little disdainfully, like a little like, this is your magic room? Dear God.
It's really not their magic room. I don't say this out loud.
Good luck. Come get me if you need anything. And Coco bows and heads out. Very well. Which of you are afflicted with the magic? All of you?
Everyone raises their hand.
Very well then. Which one of you would like to be my first guinea pig then?
Push Felix forward.
Ouch, but will it hurt?
Oh,
No.
guinea pig?
Yeah.
I'll be the first.
You already pushed him forward.
No, I'll go first.
Looks at you, Emma. Okay, please step forward.
Forward.
And she takes a minute and raises her hand, and immediately a circle of shadow appears around you.
Lovely.
She holds her hand up a little bit, and the circle rises from the ground and, like, kind of scans you up. Twirls around a little bit. Down.
Guys, I'm getting a med face scan.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, you're going through TSA, airport security right now.
Yeah.
And her eyes change color behind the mask, Emma, when she does this. They go from white to the gold of her mask. Still doesn't blink. Puts down the circle. It's not quite tracking magic that you're dealing with.
No, not really.
Well then.
I'm not mistaken, it was tracking on the coins.
The coins are now gone.
No, but there is this magic that you have remnant on you could be used to trace you.
Yeah.
For a limited location, once you get far enough away, the connection will cut off by itself. But the problem is getting far enough away while they are still tracking you.
Well, we know one is.
Yeah, the one who put that on us is still here.
Yeah.
Nearby.
Yes, so I have been informed. So, we will try to weaken it, if not get rid of it first.
Fun.
And that should make the range of which they could track you much smaller and much easier to escape from.
We would be grateful for that.
Thank you.
Alyssa's like, yes, manners. Oh.
That was a wince, everybody.
Oh no.
2 ones!
Oh no, oh no.
Snake eyes.
This is why I went first, you guys.
Emma passes out.
Up. There goes Emma.
Turns on dormant loyalty on accident.
Oh god.
I
Oh,
should stop
no, don't
saying
do
Oh
it.
no.
Don't give me
Cassidy, you
ideas.
gave her an idea.
Stop.
Don't worry, none of that happens.
Oh, thank God.
There's not really a such thing as critical failure in Cerebus. And she
Not
can
unless
add
you get negatives.
she can add quite a bit. And has quite a bit to encourage her in this manner. Not to mention that generally NPCs don't roll for things. This one has an ability that makes her roll for things. So first she just keeps scanning you and then frowns, as occasionally gold arcs off of the shadow and around you. It doesn't feel like anything.
Weird.
I'll return to you. Your spirit is an imbalance. It makes it difficult to work with.
Okay.
Open his mouth shut.
Yay.
Who is next?
Deadpan stares at you, Felix, and gets off the circle area.
Hey, I didn't say anything.
Who is next?
Inside.
Alice will step up.
Okay. And you step into the circle, and she rolled quite well for that. So this time the gold arcs off, and you feel a bit of a tug. And the dormant loyalty is reduced by 4.
So it's down to a 1?
Yep.
And I'm gonna unclick all of the boxes.
Who is next?
Felix steps forward, saying that Alice survived it.
Yours is reduced by 3.
Cool. So, 2.
Jane?
Hold up, I'm having severe latencies in my connection.
Oh, the woes of internet.
Mm-hmm.
Yours is also reduced by 3.
Someone else should go first. I'm just completely frozen.
No, you're not.
By 3.
No,
you're not.
No, my character sheet.
Yours is reduced by 3.
Okay.
Mark that as you will. Go through some of the others that are not. I'm not sure she'll save you for last.
Sure, fun. I mean, I already know. myself.
Then she asks you to step back up.
Okay.
Good, considerably better. Yours is reduced by 3.
Lovely.
Maybe it was so hard because you have such a strong connection with dragons.
I cannot punch kids. I cannot hit kids.
That I believe is the best I can do for now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a trial to
Did this
attend to.
nicely.
Wish
Good
you
luck at
on your
it.
journeys.
And good luck at the
away.
trial. Off to everyone?
I guess so.
As you decide your next location and get this lowered, not completely removed, but lowered, we will pull away. Miguel Perez, also known as Avon in ages past, had seen far too many ruins in his lifetime. He walked Skystead's streets, clearing ice from the cobble and removing traps when he found them. Every so often, looking at the horizon line. Alec hadn't come back yet, but he wasn't worried. He had watched that idiot walk wholeheartedly into much worse and come out fine. He'd see him again. He always did. Eva, Dresdia, really, had found some ale left at an untouched but empty bar and had rolled a barrel out for her men. Her surviving men sat with her on the beach drinking. Several had died, whether to the dragon or to the Oricar. It didn't matter. They'd went out like heroes, and they should be remembered like them. She turned and raised her glass to the sky. Most of her men believed in the Astral Mother. She didn't. Who was she to take their afterlife away from them? Eventually, the two Fae, disguised as humans, found themselves sitting next to each other. Quite the battle, Dresdia said. Reminded me of old times. Ava nodded. Dresdia snorted. What? You fight a dragon or an Oricar in your old times, Grandpa? In the grand scheme of things, I'm not that much older than you. And in the grand scheme of things, you haven't fought anything like you have today. I didn't say I had, I just said I found it familiar. She laughed. Man, I wish we weren't both so focused on the Shadow Army. If one of us got the kill on that Oricar. Avon laughed with her. It certainly would have been something. She gestured at the horizon line after a while. You think they're going to be okay? I think we'll see them again, whether we want to or not. Well, she paused, holding up her drink. Cheers to living through another disaster. Avon smiled a little. And cheers to many more. The two sat on the beach for a long while after that, enjoying the stillness. And with that, episode 65 of Kingmakers Diplomacy comes to a close. I've been your MC, and we will see you all next time.